Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourself. Please subscribe the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. Today I am going to share part 1 of the services of BOI Mobile Omni Neo Bank app. Prerequisites and registration of BOI Omni Neo Bank app. Prerequisites of BOI Mobile Omni Neo Bank app. Smartphone, mobile handset should be a smartphone version 9 and above for Android and for iOS 12 and above. Internet connection should be enabled at the handset level. For SIM binding during registration process, Wi-Fi must be off and GPRS connection should be on. Sufficient balance or bill paid to send SMS. Carrier charges by network operator. Sufficient storage space to download application. Location, phone and SMS permissions has to be granted. Active debit or credit card for activation. The user should not be using any third-party or theme keyboards. The mobile phone should not be jailbroken or rooted. Dual apps, mock apps, simulator etc. should not be installed. VPN should not be enabled since the app detects the location of app. After launching the app, the user has to allow permission to make and manage phone calls. Without giving permission, app won't work. The user has to allow permission to send and view SMS messages. Without giving permission, app won't work. The user has to select the language in which he or she wish to use the BOI Mobile Omni Neo Bank app. The app is currently offering 12 languages. The user has to accept the terms and conditions to continue the registration process. The user has to accept location access. This is very important because app uses location services that trigger many anomalies. The user has to select the SIM which is registered with our bank. The phone should be in mobile data network during this activity and Wi-Fi should not be enabled. This is due to the SIM binding. After this, the user can use the Wi-Fi. Also, the user's SIM should be able to have SMS facilities active for registration. For iOS users, silent SMS has to be manually sent from messages section of the phone. For Android users, silent SMS will be sent automatically. OTP will be sent to user's registered mobile number. User can allow the app to auto-read the OTP. If user denies, then user has to enter the OTP manually. After OTP received, user has to provide additional authentication like debit card or credit card. Now user has to set the MPIN, a 4-digit PIN, which is used for logging in to the app. User can enable the Touch ID based login if user's phone mobile supports the feature. Update on BI Omni new app. In the coming update, whatever account is added in the Manage UPI section, accounts will be reflected in the Self Transfer tab under Outside Bank Accounts, so one can easily transfer to self outside bank accounts from BOI accounts. If you choose UPI in bank transfer, then it will enable you to debit other than BOI accounts. Temporary activate or deactivate of UPI ID is provided. AEPS enable or disable is provided. Operating the app and its services. After the registration of the user can log in into the app by entering the set MPIN or by their biometrics. Then the user has to tap on their profile to explore the services of the app. Operating the app and its services. The user will be redirected to a page where they can check their accounts, manage profiles, and can have the option of help and support. Now under the Manage Profile section, there are options like Account and Payment, Security and Privacy, Alerts and Preferences, Services and Requests. Account Services. Create and manage BOI account services. Check Services. Create and manage check services. Doorstep Banking. Request agent to bank from home. Account Services. Check Services. All check services at one place. Positive pay system. Pre-approve a check issued by you. Manage check. Stop check. Apply PPS for a check. Check services. All check services at one place. Positive pay system. Pre-approve a check issued by you. Request checkbook. Get checkbook delivered at your address. Positive pay system. When the user will tap on the positive pay system under the check services of the account services, they will be redirected to a page to execute their PPS. Then they have to select the account for which PPS needs to be executed. After that, they have to select check, which means they have to enter or search for the check number, beneficiary or pay name on check, check amount, check date, and the remarks. After filling in the information, tap on Proceeds and confirm. Manage checks. When the user will tap on the Manage checks under the check services of the account services, they will be redirected to a page with list of their issued checks. Then they have to select the account for which they want to manage their checks. After selecting an account, they will be able to see all the checks they have issued, or they can search a particular check by entering the check number. Then they will be able to check the status of the required check, stop the check, or apply PPS. Request checkbook. When the user will tap on the request checkbook under the check services of the account services, they will be redirected to a page with the options to request for a new checkbook. Then they have to select the account for which they want to request a checkbook. After selecting an account, they have to enter the number to checks they want to issue. It is also mentioned there for savings bank account, each checkbook will have 25 leaflets, and for current account, each checkbook will have 50 leaflets. Then they have to enter the delivery address. For this, they have to both their communication address, that is their residential address, and the address of their home branch. After that, the user has to tap on Request Checkbook. Account services. AQB tracker. Track your average quarterly balance from here. When the user will tap on the AQB tracker under the account services, they will be redirected to a page with a graph showing their annual quarterly balance. Then they have to select the account for which they want to check the annual quarterly balance. After selecting an account, they will be able to see the required average quarterly balance for the 4 latest quarters. It is also mentioned the AQB is calculated by adding the end of the day balances for each day in the quarter and dividing it by the number of days in that quarter. It is maintain minimum AQB to avoid penalty. They can also check the statements of the transactions and the spend analyzer. Deposit slips. Download pre-filled deposit slips. When the user will tap on the deposit slips under the account services, they will be redirected to a page for cash deposit and check deposit. Cash deposit. For the cash deposit, the user will have two options, self account and other account. To proceed with self account, the user has to select an account. After selecting an account, the user has to enter the date and the branch. Then they have to enter the denomination of cash to be deposited. They can also enter the other denominations. After that, the total amount will be shown below and the user has to tap on submit. To proceed with other account, the user has to select an account. After that, the user has to enter the date, branch, name of depositor, depositor account number, mobile number and email ID. Then they have to enter the denomination of cash to be deposited. They can also enter the other denominations. After that, the total amount will be shown below and the user has to tap on submit. Check deposit. For the check deposit, the user will have two options, self account and other account. To proceed with self account, the user has to select an account. After selecting an account, the user has to enter the date, branch and mobile number. Then they have to enter their check details, check number, check clearing date, check drawn at bank and branch, check amount and PAN number. After filling all the details, the user has to tap on submit. To proceed with other account, the user has to select an account or enter details. Account details, deposit date, deposit branch, name of depositor, depositor account number, mobile number and email ID. Then they have to fill the check details, check number, check clearing date, check drawn at bank and branch, check amount and PAN number. After filling all the details, the user has to tap on submit. Form 15G or 15H. Submit and view your form 15G or 15H. When the user will tap on the form 15GH under the account services, they will be redirected to a page for the filling of form 15GH. The account holder name, user and the PAN number of the user will already be available there. Then they have to select their residential status. Then they have to select whether access to tax under income tax 1961 for 6 years. If yes, the user has to select the latest assessment year. After that, they have to enter their number one estimated income for which declaration was made. Then they have to select number two details of form 15G other than this form filled during the previous year, if any. If yes, the user has to enter the total number of form 15G filled. After that, they have to enter their estimated total income of the previous year in which income mentioned in 1 and 2 included. Form 15GH. Then select the terms and conditions and then tap on preview and confirm. After that, reference number will be generated. Thank you very much for your patience.